Yeah, knowing your audience is key. And these are all things, Melissa, that you talk about all the time, right? Knowing your audience is the number one thing. And that's why answering the call, like when I wrote in his image, going through answering the call, the workbook was a game changer. That's why I keep doing videos about it, because it made writing the book so easy. And then to Tammy's point, Tammy, when you're saying you're reading a book and you're just like, just tell me what I need to know, right? Like too many words, too many words. Like in his image is such a small book. And at first I was just like, oh, there's not enough here. And your instinct, your gut is to just fluff. I'm not a fluffer. Like
Yeah.
I'm a direct person. I get to the point. I
Too.
don't, because when you fluff too much, you remove the line of thinking,
Yep.
and then it doesn't make sense. And I'm all about logic and making sense. So let's think through this logically. And if you fluff too much, you lose it.
And think about it from your own life.
Right. If you're writing for a college course, that's different. But if you're
Yes.
writing to help an individual in your voice and just having a conversation with your reader, back to the one, that's the most helpful. That's the way I want to be spoken to when I'm reading something.
Yep.
I want it to be like it was written for me.
Mhm.
That's how I want to feel.
I would take a tiny little book that makes change in my life and transforms me than a honking big book that, okay, maybe I'm going to get through it, but I might not actually get that as much out of it. I want change now. Give me exactly what I need, not just to make it look like, I have that many chapters in your book. Change my life.
Yeah.
With as little time and as little, of the book as you can.
It's kind of like what I stated earlier. If I have to read a section and go back and read it again in order to understand what they were really trying to say, I'm not going to get as much out of it, and I will eventually give up on struggling through the book.
Yeah.
So I think there's this pressure on authors sometimes to feel like they have to sound intellectual. Because if you're an author, then you must be very smart, right? You have to have all this theological knowledge. But people are not, they don't need theology, they need solution. They need help, they need connection. And that's why when I did that live early in the week as well, and I was talking about those two elements, there are two necessary elements to build trust with a reader. One is competence, but the more important one is the care. Like you need to show people, demonstrate that you care. And your book marketing will transform and will be a lot easier if you stop trying to convince people that you know something and you start actually showing them that you care. You actually care about their well-being.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't want to sound like I'm correcting you in any way. We do need theology. We really do need theology. We need that. But we need it in a way that's actually going to bring transformation. If it's just someone who's just trying to, like you said, show how much they know, right? But I want change, right? So I want that theology to change me. But if you're just puffing it up and all that, then I'm easily distracted anyway. I got 4 children, a life, et cetera, et cetera. So like get me there in a powerful way.
Yeah.
Change my life with your words.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I get so much information thrown at me every single day. Like you go just on social media and I feel like I want to run away because it's just one thing after the next. I think it is that pressure of I have to stand out and show people what I know that really trips up authors, especially when it comes to book marketing.
Yes.
They focus on, let me show you what I know. Let me show you why you need to buy this book. But what we need to do is actually let me show you that I care and I can see you and I see that you're struggling with someone. Nobody wakes up in the morning and go, I need to read someone's story, right? You don't wake up and you go, oh, do you know what I could do with this? I could do with reading some real intellectual, theological stuff. You wake up experiencing another day where you are struggling with the same thing that you did yesterday. You have to get up, you've got to make a living, you've got to get through the day. It takes something really special to get our attention these days. And that
It
thing
has
is
to let you know.
authenticity.
Yeah, it has to let you know you're not alone. You're
Yes.
not the only one who's been there. You're not the only one who's experienced that.
Yeah.
But you are the one who's made it through, has found a solution through God. That's what they want to know, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I can make it through this because they have.
Yeah. But the thing is, before you even share your message, because it's, even if you are very theological, right, and you have all of this knowledge, that's awesome. And we want you to get that knowledge into the hearts of the people who have it. But people only listen once you really have their attention. And in order to get their attention, you need to let them know that you can see them and that you feel their pain.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so important to understand who you are writing to and what problem you are solving for your readers.